people. We're doing another set of Halloween nails this week. I'm calling the pumpkin patch. So we want to take a trip on over there. I'm starting off with prepped oval medium length set. I'm going to start on Beetles, one of the nudes of Beetles. And all of them are getting a coat of this. So this is fairly easy. This whole set is very easy to do. I think pretty much almost all of the skill levels should be able to handle this set. And I got it done in one afternoon. So took me about 2 hours. Okay, those are going to get up there. Then we're going to go in for the cure. And now we're going on the second coat. Now when I'm saying most skill levels can do this, there is some hand painting, but it's really super easy. I think that pretty much most people can handle it. And the last thumb, let's go with the thumb. And those will go in for curing again. And when they come back out, oh wait, I had a hair or something on there. Okay, when those have now been cured, now we're going to use this orange autumn glitter. And we're going to use base gel. I'm going to give them all a thin coat of base gel. So we're going to put the glitter right into the wet base coat. I'm going to be, this week and next week is going to be even worse. I'll be cramming all the last minute stuff I have to get from my pop-up shop that I'm going to be doing on the 22nd. So that'll be interesting. I'm pretty much going into this knowing I'm not going to sell anything because it's going to be all old people there, and I can't imagine a bunch of old ladies are going to want press-on nails, but you never know. Maybe I'll be surprised. Okay, we're ready for glitter. Now I'm just using this old squiddy brush that I tried to make it into an ombre brush at one point, and it just did not work. So I use it for just messy stuff now. I'm just going to put a little bit of the glitter at the top and then kind of work it down a little bit to get a little bit of a fade going. So what I have too to say is that don't throw your old brushes out unless they're completely like bristleless, because you can always find some use for them. There's always some new technique or some new thing that you don't want to use your good brushes for in case it doesn't work, or you don't want to ruin them. All right, I had way too much glitter on there. Starting to ball up on there. I'm going to wipe it off and start a little fresh bit. This one got a little heavy-handed with the glitter. And we're just going to carry on and do this on all the nails. Yeah, I've got quite a stockpile of old brushes because when I first doing things, I was messing up a lot of brushes, especially acrylic brushes, because I was still using acrylic at that point. Which it just occurred to me recently that I haven't touched acrylic in about a year and a half. So since I switched to polygel. So I'm sure my acrylic skills are even worse than they were when I left off using it by now. So at some point I'll probably do it again on something, but the polygel is just so much easier for me to work with. Although I will say it is not as strong and sturdy as the acrylic. I've very rarely ever broke a nail when I had the acrylics on, but with the polygels, I usually break at least one, maybe two in the course of the month that I have that set on. Okay, those have been ready to go in and be cured, and they have done that, and now they're back. And we're going to go in with a generous layer top coat. Now, normally I would do base coat and then a top coat, but this glitter was on there really pretty flat, and I didn't have a lot of excess stuff sticking up. So I opted for just a top coat, one layer of that. If your glitter brushes down to the bottom, you can just like clean it off as you're going along, putting the top coat on. Although frankly, at the very bottom there's going to be covered up, so you won't see that anyway. And those will go in for a cure. I'm going to hold them upside down for a little bit and let it kind of run to the center of the nail. And now I'm going to just use my heart file and go around the top edge just to make sure there's no glitter bits sticking out past the edge. And then I'm going to give them a brief buffering just to get anything that's sticking up. There really wasn't much. So I'm going to show you this one, and then I think that's all I'm going to show you of this, because I'm sure you guys know how to buff and whatnot. I'm just going to get them so they're smooth and there's nothing sticking up. Okay, now we're going to go on and get the pumpkins on there. And use this orange polish. Now I did do 2 coats on these, but I did not show the second coat. So just so you know, if you have a really opaque polish, you probably could get away with 1. I mean, I could have piled this on thick enough to only do 1 coat, but then I was afraid it was going to wrinkle, so I didn't want to do that. What you're going to do, you just need to paint like kind of sort of like a heart on there. Now see, this one I started to add extra polish on there to get it, smoothed out to be thicker, but then I thought better of it later on because I did not want to have wrinkling issues. We're just going to do this on all the nails. They won't take as long as this one. I was fussing with trying to decide if I wanted to thicken that polish up that way or not, and I opted against doing that. But anyway, we're just going to go down this line and put those on all the rest of them. Now I didn't do one on the pinky nail because I just thought it would be a little too small, and I wanted one kind of plain, more plain looking. So the pinky won't have one, although you could certainly put one on there and just have it be tiny. But I did not do that. And the reason I say that most skill levels should be able to do this set is because, I mean, painting this on, I mean, it's super simple just to paint the orange on here. And you're going to turn it into a pumpkin when you do the outline with the black. Real quick and easy. Okay, those will go in and get cured. And like I said, I did 2 coats. And now I'm using gel paint, black. We're going to get our lines on there and turn those into pumpkins instead of orange hearts like they are now. Okay, I'm using my detailer brush. Now these first couple that I did, the lines came out a little thick. I wasn't super crazy about that, but as I was going along, by the time I got to the second hand, they were coming out much better. The lines were much thinner. You're just going to outline this top, and when you get to that center part, you're just going to swoop down and continue the curve around as if you were going around that like it was a circle kind of. Just going to continue on and curve it around. And then we do the other side, same thing. Ooh, see how thick that is? That's really not the way I wanted it, but since it was my first one, curve that one around. Now all you gotta do is put the two little side curvy bits in there, like so. And we now have a pumpkin. I'm going to neaten those lines up a little bit. When you see the full set together at the end, you'll see the difference. Oh no, I'm not going to neaten those. I'm going to put the stem in. You'll see the difference in the two hands. One of them has a lot of thick lines on the pumpkins, and there's a lot of black in the center, and the other one is a little neater and a little bit finer looking. Now I painted the stems on there. I didn't need to be that careful about it now because I am going to go over them again later after the green gets into it. And now I'm going to go over those lines, kind of even them out a little better. And that will be ready for curing, but I'm going to do the whole rack. I'm not going to show you my painting the whole rack, but I did the whole rack and then cured. I felt relatively safe using the gel paint, that it wasn't going to spread on me, at least not very much. So, I was confident I could get the whole rack done before curing. So I'm going to show you this one more time, and then we're going to move on. Same thing, we're just going to follow the curve around and curve it. Now see, I didn't get my curve as good in the middle of this one. I should have curved that one a bit more. See that? Those needed to be closer together in the middle. But that's just going to have a wide section on that one. And the side curves. And there we go. Now we need the stem. Now see, I could have just pulled paint up from that center where all that black, that big heavy black part is, to do my stem instead of picking up more paint off the palette, because these first couple got kind of heavy with black in the center. And there's that one done. Okay, now those have all been cured. Now we're going to go in here and put a ghost on some of these, or actually on two of these. The ring fingers of both hands going to have a ghost. So I'm using white gel paint, the same brand as I had the black. I guess I didn't show that at the beginning here, but we're just going to paint a ghost shape. I mean, kind of basically it looks like a regular plain old tombstone is what it's going to look like for now, of white. And I'm just trying to even it out, get it around the edge of that, where the black is, a little bit more smoothly. And round them off a little better. Although ghosts can be whatever shape you want them. Okay, now here's the cat. I did not hit record when I painted him, but basically you can see it's most of a circle, and then you just do the pointy ears on there. Now what I was looking at so carefully right here is the black wrinkle. I don't know why, because it wasn't very thick. So I went over it with a coat of top coat, and that smoothed it all back out. Now we're going to put his eyes on there. I'm using the gold Saviland gel paint. And we're just going to paint these little, I don't want to call them almond shaped because they're kind of fatter in the middle and pointy on both ends, whereas an almond is only pointy on one end. But I'm just using that for the eye, the basic eye shape. And I'm just going to flesh them out a little bit more. And once I am happy with that, those will go in for curing. This was my favorite nail, the one with the cat. Well, both thumbs have cats, but that's my favorite one, of course, because the cat on there. But I just thought the cat turned out really cute. And those have been cured. Now we're going to go back with the small dotting tool and the same paint and put the ghost eyes in there. Now I hesitated here for a bit. I was going to do a mouth and I didn't know how it was going to look, like part behind and part not. So at the end I opted not to do the mouth on there. Like right up until then I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. So then I decided his eyes needed to be longer, a little bit bigger, but a little longer too. So that's all I did. I just stretched him out with the tool. That's ready to go in and cure now. Now moving on to the cat, we're going to give him the black pupil part of the eye with the same paint. I'm going to use my detailer brush. Oh, my brain is just not working good today. And we're just going to put the little pupil straight up and down slit on there. And that will give him his little catty eyes. And then he'll be ready to go in and cure again. Okay, those are cured. And now we're going to do the green. Now I'm using one of my mud gels for the green because I wanted this particular color. And I wanted it to be thicker and not use just polish for this. And after all, this is one of the reasons I bought the mud gels, was to use them as paint. So here we go. I'm going to just fill in the stem with the green. And then on the ones where there's no ghost or cat, we're going to do a little curly Q vine kind of thing coming off of the stem. Now don't worry about painting inside the lines totally. I mean, if you cover over the line a little bit, don't worry, because I go over these just around the stem with the black again after these are cured to give the black lines around there a little more definition, because they got painted over somewhat as I was doing the green. And it's just a little bit of a curly Q thing there. And there, that's all there is to that. That's ready to cure. Now I'm going to go and I think I'm going to show you one more of those. And then after that, they'll be ready to go in for curing. And one thing I did forget to say is I actually, surprise, surprise, really like how this set came out. That doesn't happen very often, as you guys know, but I thought they turned out pretty cute. I was thinking about doing another set of these maybe next year and have each of the pumpkins be one of the rainbow colors and have them be pride pumpkins. So I don't know, we'll see. I may or may not do that, I don't know. It won't be this year. I have one more set of Halloween nails to do out, and that's going to be the end of that. And that'll be coming up next week. After that, we're moving on just to fall stuff for a little bit, and then we'll be into Christmas. Okay, now I'm going to go with the black paint again and just go around the outside edges of those stems, because as I said, I already painted over them a little bit. And we're just going to give them their outline again. That's all there will be to that. And then they'll be ready to go back in and cure again. Easy peasy. This is why I'm saying I think pretty much everybody should be able to handle doing this set. There's not much to it. It was quick, it was easy. Even the little bit of hand painting was all pretty much straightforward stuff. So, you know, it wasn't any crazy shading or any extra stuff. But here we are now ready to top coat, of which I am going to use the same top coat I used earlier. Let's say no wipe tempered top coat. This particular one is Venelisa. I'm still using it up. I think I'm on the last bit that I have in my bottle, and then I've got a different one I'm going to try out, which hopefully is going to be good because I have a huge bottle of it, like a huge bottle, like the size of a soda can. So it better work good. And we're just going to give these a top again. Now this doesn't need to be a real thick top coat. It's just a normal one. This is just going to seal in the painting we did. And actually, since that was gel paint, not polish, you really didn't have to top coat it. You could have left it as it was. I just like to seal everything in really good. Okay, then those are going to go in the cure, and then we're going to be done. I love the cat nail. My fave. That one's a little bit more slanty-eyed. The other one, the eyes are not so slanty. And there they are on the stand and all finished, ready to be packed up. If you like this set, please give me a like. And if you want to see more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I upload new video every Saturday. And here's the finished set. This is packed in the box. I had to reshoot from the original picture I took. Technical difficulties. So I don't have my normal fan like I like to do. Anyway, thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.